How to outline text in Adobe Illustrator. That has two different meanings here in Illustrator, and you clicked on this video because of one of them. The first one, you can actually outline text, which kind of means taking editable text and turning it into outlines, or basically a shape. To do that, you can click on your text. In your properties panel, you might see quick actions for create outlines. That's very fast, or you can go up to type down to create outlines. That's Shift Command O or Shift Control O if you're doing this a lot. Now, once it's outlined, basically it's a group of shapes. We could ungroup this by right-clicking, going to ungroup, and we have our individual letters. So no longer is this text editable, but also no longer is the font necessary to be able to preview and see this design. If what you mean is to create outlined text, so you want to take your text and make it look like it's outlined, what you need to do is change the fill to a stroke. Every object here in Illustrator has a fill and a stroke. A fill is kind of like colored in, right? And then the stroke is a line outside of the text. So a line that's visible along the path of the text or object. A quick way to do this, if you just have the fill and no stroke yet, is to swap the fill and stroke. Shift X is the shortcut key. Now we have no fill and we have a stroke. If your text has both, you can click on the fill and then click this none icon, and you can click on the stroke and edit the stroke. You could double click on the stroke to change the color of it. And then in your properties panel, you can actually change the size of the stroke. You also have some options here in the stroke options, like the caps, how sharp or round the corners are. Some of these options though, I will say on editable text, they don't do anything, which is unfortunate here in Illustrator. So if you wanted to use one of these align options or corner options, what you could actually do is take that outlined text, so it's no longer a font, it's no longer editable, whereas this text down here is editable. But you could take this, and if I had other text on here that I wanted to pull the same exact stroke and outline from, I could press the I for the eyedropper tool, and then eyedropper this text, and that pulls in the exact same fill and stroke properties. But then if I select all this text and go to my stroke options, I actually have a lot of different options that will actually affect my text, aligning it to the inside or the outside. Aligning the stroke to the outside of text makes the outlined text actually look like the font. So I'd recommend that unless you have reason to align it to the center or the inside. That's how you outline text here in Adobe Illustrator.